So you remember a few weeks ago when I did the Champagne Problems bar for a wholesale account? I ended up liking that pour so much that when I saw the Amy Warden Soap Challenge had a soap curls challenge in it, I decided to add it to the list because I got to have fun with that. Now Georgia May should get to have fun with that. And also the Soap and Clay Kidlets loved it so much that they wanted to have fun with it too. So that's what we are going to be doing today. But before I tell you more about it, I got to send you to the thing because it's my thing. And I got to say, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And yeah, you are here for day 306 of 365 days of soap. And we are doing the Amy Warden Soap Curls Challenge. And again, I did this for the Champagne Problems bar for a wholesale account a couple weeks ago. Loved it, had a lot of fun with it. And when I saw it on the list, I went, yeah, we're totally going to add it to, this month's challenges. But the Soap and Clay Kidlets saw it and they actually loved it too. So they wanted to participate. So they made the soap curls, they picked the colors of the bar, they made some of the curls into hearts, all a thing, totally. We're also going to be reviewing Pink Chiffon from LoneStar. And again, no scent notes, no vanillin content, no anything. So I have no idea what's actually going to happen with this bar, but you're along for the ride with me. So we should stop talking here and go to the video and check it all out. Okay, day 306. New month, new testing, and a whole month's worth of new soap challenges from Amy Warden's Soap Challenge thing. And yeah, this month we have some doozies lined up. Like, my God, some of these soaps are like, I don't know. A lot of them I'm really looking forward to, and other ones I'm like really scared of. So it's all a thing. But yeah, today we are doing the Soap Curls Challenge, and as you can see, the Soap and Clay Kidlets are super duper helping. They actually wanted to design this one. Actually, after I had done a, yeah, that looks like bacon. Okay, just bacon. But look, a heart. After I had done last week, I had done the Champagne Problems one, which was a soap for a wholesale account, and I really liked it and thought, hey, we should actually do a more in-depth kind of dive with the Soap Challenge and add it to the list, because I looked at Amy Warden's list and they did this at some point with these soap curls, and so that is what we are doing today. Now, with the Soap Challenge itself, I believe the qualification was you have to use cold process, but I didn't do that because this is not an actual like submission thing. This is us making Valentine's Day soaps, really. And the color palette that the kids picked out for all of this is super cute and Valentine's-y and, beautiful, but looks a little bit like bacon. But yeah, I mean, this is the process. Like, essentially you make some soap, whether it's cold process or melt and pour, and you then plane off a, portion of it like that. And then you can curl it up into cool little, curlicues or hearts or random squiggles or whatever. And so the kids are actually having a ton of fun just off the side there, actually rolling all these little curls into whatever patterns that they would want for the soap itself. So they're super helping, which I love. And also that's cool. That's amazing. I like that. That would actually be a really interesting, like a poop emoji soap. You could do it with that. Totally. Just make it brown and not look like bacon. That would be awesome. Now, with this month, in addition to doing new soap challenges, we're also doing a new scent company. And so this is LoneStar. I have never used them. And yeah, category 9, that would be soaps, 20%. There's no information on the packages that say, you know, whether or not there's vanillin in it. There's no information on the website that says what soaping notes are. Like, none. There's an entire area of soap safe fragrances, but in order to find out whether or not it succeeded in cold process and what the results were, you have to look at the reviews, and in a lot of cases there actually are no reviews. So this particular one is Pink Chiffon. It's a very nice, perfectly, like a little bit sweet, little bit floral, lots of baby powder kind of. It's perfect for Valentine's Day. And so I thought that that was great. When deciding my scents for this month, I wanted to get things that sort of made sense in the month of February. And so this was one of the ones that I had added. Now with this, we're actually adding a red clay to the mix instead of a kaolin, because the kids want this to be like a weird orange color. I mean, that was literally what they told me. They said weird orange. And I'm like, weird orange with this white and pink and red? And yeah, that. Okay, like a rust orange. And I'm like, all right, well then we'll do that. And the red clay will actually really help in getting the color where it should be, you know, anyway. And so that's why we went with the red clay instead of the kaolin for this guy. But yeah, no, the scent blend, I'm actually very concerned about this because no soaping notes, no anything. So anything could discolor and do weird things. We could have seepage, we could have separation, we could have scents not surviving saponification. LoneStar is just one of these ones where I am really not looking forward to using any of their scents because it could all be a crapshoot. Now, in general, the first rule of the Amy Warden soap challenges is going to be working with a scent that you have worked with before or that you know performs well, right? And it's not going to throw you any weird curveballs. And so yeah, this month I've literally never used LoneStar. I have never, there's no information on the website for soapers. It's already a bad idea from jump that we're going to do a month's worth of soap challenges with brand new scents that have no soaping notes whatsoever. Yeah, we like to make terrible decisions and make our lives super hard with all of these because, you know, challenge, right? It should be challenging. And this pour in and of itself is not actually challenging. It's you put your curls together and then you put some of your soap batter down and then you put your curls inside and then you top everything off with your curls. The biggest thing that you're going to want to pay attention to with this is actually what you are going to see in, you know, our making here in the next few minutes. I learned with the Champagne Problems bar that you get better bars if you make a double batch in a slab and cut them, instead of your normal top to bottom cut, you cut them horizontally. And so you're releasing the internal pattern. And so that's what we are doing now. Instead of just pouring in like a single batch of soap into the slab, we're actually putting, we blocked it off. And so we're going to get the same number of soaps just in half the space, essentially. And then we will cut it, you know, we'll chunk them out and then we'll cut them horizontally to reveal the interior pattern. And that worked really well for the Champagne Problems bars that I did. And I tried it both ways. I tried with just a regular single layer slab. And there was just a lot of extra work at the end with the planing off of the tops and all of the jazz. And so this actually ended up working better. But when doing it with this one, I'd sized the batch the same size that I'd used for the Champagne Problems soaps and then realized that we were pouring into the wrong size mold. And so this slab mold looks a lot like all of my other little slab molds, but it's actually like 2 inches wider. And I realized that at this moment, essentially, and went, okay, so how can I quickly fix this so I actually have enough soap to cover everything and, you know, get into all those little holes and, you know, make sure that whatever, so we're not we're left with a big mess that we have to clean up at the end. And so ultimately what I ended up doing, yeah, just push them all together. We're going to squish everything in, make everything closer, which, I mean, the kids selecting where they wanted the curls and everything to go, that actually worked out well because we had, they didn't put everything right next to each other, but so there was room to actually do this. But that's also something you need to keep in mind when you are making something like this anyway, is the volume of the soap curls will also affect how much soap you're going to need for your finished product. So if you're just putting in a few curls and you just want to then, you know, use your standard size batch to fill your slab, whatever that batch size may be. If you're putting in, you know, a lot of curls, well, I would size down because you're going to end up with soap that you're not going to be able to get into the mold at that point. And yeah, no, I mean, this is us doing the thing. And this soap, like in and of itself, is such a weird looking soap. Like I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is what you guys want? And they're like, yeah, no, this is perfect. It's so beautiful. Let's put some more curls in. Let's do the thing. And they loved it. They were having a good time. And ultimately, that's all that matters. You know, whenever my kids actually take an interest in wanting to do the soap things, they come and do the damn thing. Because, yeah, Mom, can I make soap? Yes, you can. Come spend time. Let's do the things. And yeah, so I did not care. It was dealer's choice, and the dealers decided this, and it's interesting and cool and totally not going to look like bacon, right? It might look like bacon, but you know, let's go to the cut and find out and see. Okay, and on to the cut, and actually the kids decided that they wanted to fill, after we had stopped filming, the rest of those holes with some more melt and pour, so they poured some stuff on top, and that's cool and interesting and fun. And so yeah, that's what we are working with to cut into our pieces. So again, we are just going to chunk this out into 3 pieces, and then those get cut into another 3 or maybe 2. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to guess what it is that's going to happen. Like, it's literally about to happen. So I can just wait and talk about it then. And I actually do not know why I got my rocker knife out for this. There was none reason whatsoever. It's actually harder than my crooked butcher knife, but you know, whatever. And yeah, this top will still likely need to be planed off. And you know, the inside's interesting. It super is. That's very interesting. The discoloration there, with the differences in the light orange there at the side versus the darker around other areas, that's interesting to me too. I'm going to assume that means it's a discoloration of some sort. But again, I don't know. And so I really can't make a determination as to what that is until after I've seen the Soap Apprentices pour with the same scent. Because remember, for the challenges, we do the same challenge with the same scent. We just pick different colors, and obviously the soapers' methods of soaping will change the overall thing as well. And so if she ends up with some kind of weirdness there, we're going to go with, yeah, it's discoloration, but I can't really make that determination until then. And yeah, so all of these will then get cut down. Now I'm confused. Okay, cool. There it is. And yeah, sorry, my brain was really trying to work all of this out here. Yeah, so they'll just get cut in half, and then we will cut them horizontally to reveal the pattern inside. And then once these have cured up for a couple days and they're a little bit more firm, we can then run them through the planer and take care of any residual kind of weirdness that exists on the top. So no worries there. We're actually just concerned with the interior, you know, design so far, because everything else gets cleaned up later. And you see that immediately, you see the seeping going on, and it seems to really be going on in the areas where there is the lighter color. Yeah, no, that's a fragrance oil thing right there, and not a fan of that. The scent itself is nice, like it smells nice, and I soaked this at I don't know actually. Let me run some maths and see what I soaped it at, because I usually use the exact same percentage. Yeah, so I soaped it at 7%, and the IFRA there on the back said you can soap this up to 20%, which is, you know, wild. But at 7%, I like to keep everything really mid-range with all of my soaps, and at 7%, it survives saponification really nicely. But yeah, we have weird things going on, and it's the seepage is definitely the losing of the fragrance for sure. So I don't even know that I need to look at Georgia Mays to make that determination. Like, that's what I see. It is what it is. The design is really cool though, and actually the weird discoloration around inside the bar actually kind of lends to the coolness of it. So yeah, no, the kids did a good job with this design. Like, that's cute and doesn't look at all like bacon, and is not something that you would typically see or even think to do in like a Valentine's like line, right? And so for that reason, like, if you have children around, I know that I've said this before, but if you have children around, talk to them, listen to them, ask them questions about, you know, what they would like to see and the ideas that they have and their color palettes, and then just play with them, because they see the world in like wildly different ways, and those ways are usually awesome. So, and that one lost a little piece of a heart, looks like, but that's actually still cute. It has a cool little, like, you can like put your thumb in there to help hold the bar while you're showering so you don't drop the soap, and that looks like a little talk bubble. That's super cool. Yeah, no, those are really adorable. They did a good job with all their little curly cues, and there aren't any big areas of concern, like holes that have to be filled in within the curls themselves, which is important. It's one of the reasons why when you are pouring this, you want to make sure that your curls are not too tightly coiled, or you have a really fluid soap batter, or even better, a combination of both, so that soap can really fill in all of the blank space essentially between, you know, the curls and the coils. So yes, that would be the biggest recommendation that I could give for the soap curl design. But yeah, no, they're cool soaps all around. This is actually a fun thing to make because they always look a little bit different. There's no real rhyme or reason to any of them, although they're super can be if you want them to be. Like, if you want to have a very distinct geometric type pattern or whatever, yeah, you can do that too with these. And they're stunning either way. And I really love the randomness of all of this. And some of the bars have hearts and some don't, and some have swirls. And I mean, this is very cool for sure. And I think it's a fun, awesome way to sort of kick off the February line. Cool Valentine soap. Again, it smells very Valentine's-y, a little bit sweet, a little bit floral, a lot of that baby powder. Definitely have some discoloration, some seeping issues with the fragrance oil. So Pink Chiffon, keep that in mind. LoneStar, if you don't want to deal with those things, maybe don't buy this scent, is what I would say. But again, we'll look at Georgia Mays. We'll see what's going on with hers too. But that is a cool bar of soap. Like, that's beautiful. And I like how the girls were much more sparse with their curls than I was in the Champagne Problems soaps. And so there's less curls, more sort of body, and it becomes just very visually cool. I like that. I think that that's a really cool bar of soap. Soap curls, again, it's a fun pour. It really is. And if you happen to have a batch of soap that you don't like the color of, or, you know, whatever, yeah, roll or plane it off, make some curls. I mean, you'd have to do that while the soap is still reasonably soft in order for it to actually work and curl. But yeah, if you unmold a batch of soap and you don't like the color, or it did something weird, or you forgot to put scent in it or whatever, don't throw it, don't chunk it, don't hot process it. Do some soap curl soaps. Just immediately just think of that and go, okay, well, instead of doing that, I'm going to make it into curls, and I'm going to make a cool slab. And it's all great. So yeah, I honestly think this is a fun soaping thing that, you know, you can, this is something that I definitely, you know, would do and would have in my line, because it's not a super tedious thing. It's not super time consuming. And so, yeah, for that reason, yeah, cool. It's awesome. And I don't know, would I submit these to the soap challenge? Absolutely I would, because a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old designed it. So I'm proud that they did it, and they all look great. So the answer to that is yes, for sure. But yeah, that is a day 306, the Soap Curls Challenge, my bar. I mean, I guess it's more of the Soap and Clay Kidlets bar, but you know, either way, looks great. Pink Chiffon, LoneStar, don't love that. And there it is, mine and the Soap and Clay Kidlets Soap Curls Challenge soaps. Yes, and that color that they wanted to do with that like kind of burnt orange or whatever, I didn't know about that, but it also actually ended up looking really cool. So I'm super happy to have done it. They had a great idea. The design execution was great. I'm super proud of them for sure. That scent, however, discolored. So there's that. Keep that in mind. Again, no soaping notes. I had no way of knowing that, but you could already tell just at the cut that there's going to be some very real discoloration with this bar. So take that for what it is. Yeah, no, if you are interested in seeing what Georgia May comes up with for her soap curls thing, subscribe to the channel, do the things. For those of you who are subscribed to the channel and doing the things, hey, thank you. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate all of my sudsers who come back each and every day to watch all the craziness. And yes, thank you. I am out of here for today. I look forward to seeing you guys all again tomorrow for another round of Amy Warden Soap Challenge fun. You know, then. Bye.